Hello and welcome back to Helsinki. It's day 2 and I'm about to leave my hotel and go for a walk around the city. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning and breakfast is not till 6:30, so I have plenty of time and it's quite warm and comfortable outside. The first thing I see is this gentleman here up his ladder cleaning the windows. Interesting. Now, if you want to go around the city, they do have this hop-on, hop-off service. And as you can see from reading this notice, that's one way of actually exploring. Or if you want to ride your bicycle, you can walk around, leave your bikes just here, and then move on around the game. Now, I'm walking down the centre part of this area here. There's a beautiful part that leads me down towards the coastal location where I'm heading today. I pass this beautiful coffee kiosk on the side, then I come up to the restaurant where we had the dinner the night before, all closed up. And it looks wonderful in the morning sunrise. And that's one thing I actually enjoyed about moving down towards the harbour location was the sunrise. It's really spectacular, and I love the way it actually glistens off the building. Now, one site that I would have liked to have seen is this beautiful marine fortress. Now, this is the image from the poster. We didn't actually get the chance to go here, and I would love to have gone there because it looks so cool. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's really, really famous in Finland. So if you ever get the chance to visit, please do go there, take some photos, and let me know what you thought about the place. Or what you can do is read this in the meantime. And the fortress is in this direction somewhere. So you take the boat from here, you sail on out to there, then you walk around. But if you're hungry, you can always buy yourself something to eat as well. Now, this area was full of market stands. They were setting up in the morning just by the memorial here. And then later on, this market would be open and you can actually get lots of food and enjoyable snacks. But that wasn't my key focus. My key focus was this beautiful church in the background. I got told I should go and have a look at this, and this was the direction I was heading. It's down by the harbour area, which I also enjoyed looking around and relaxing at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 5:30 about now by the time I got here. And it was actually really, really interesting. Now, the brickwork of these buildings is very similar, and as I walk around the side in a minute you can see some more of the building, and it's fantastic. Okay, the morning sunlight, okay, the actual quiet aspect of just moving around, it's breathtaking as I look across the harbour area at the other buildings there. And in a second I'm going to turn around and show you all of the other ships as well in that morning sunrise. Just look at it. Oh my god, it was fantastic. I could have sat there for hours, but I didn't. I had to get back to the hotel. Breakfast was at 6:30 and time was flying by. Now, as I was leaving this location, I noticed this bridge, and it was full of padlocks, and I thought, hey, that's quite strange. Why are there padlocks there? So I went over to have a look, and I took some photos of some of the padlocks. So here you can see the padlocks, and there are hundreds of them. But why? Now, from looking at the padlocks, you notice that there are messages on there, and I thought, hey, what are those messages for? And I zoomed in, and you know what? They're all love messages. So if you have a girlfriend or a loved one, you leave a message here. And this bridge was full of love messages. Look, there's even one here from Korea. So they're from all around the world. Now, why is that? It's because this is the Bridge of Love. Now, I do wish that I had someone there with me. I could have posted a padlock. It would have been awesome. But I had to get back to my hotel, which is the Klaus Hotel, for breakfast. And let's have a look what the breakfast is going to be. And it's fruit. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful fruit. Wonderful. But that's not all there is. You've got some interesting dishes here as well. And I love that one in the centre and the one just off to the right hand side as well. You've got some fish as well and some meats. Perfect. Then we come to the cheese board, and I love the cheese that's on the left hand side. I hate so much of that. But the best part is coming up. Overnight baked organic barley porridge. Beautiful. Just look at it. I ate so many of these bowls every day. It was absolutely awesome. And then we have the bread section. You've got some nice little scones and croissants there, but I didn't eat those. You had this cake on the first day. The other days was a cheesecake, which was much nicer, I felt. Then we move round to the bread section, and this bread was actually quite delicious, even though it was a little bit strange. But the best bread was this part. Oh my God, it was hot, it was fresh, it was straight out of the oven, and I was the first person to get it. And here we go, I'm about to cut it up because I can't eat all of it. So let's slice off some pieces, and there's my first slice. But I don't want to eat just the one bread, I'm going to change. And this was the other loaf that I chose. Just look at it, isn't it wonderful? But let's cut off some more pieces. Now, one thing I love about breakfast in other countries, especially where you have like the cold buffet style, is making sandwiches. And to do that, you need some good butter, just like this as well. But what else is there? Well, you've got your cereals. Now, I didn't eat any of this. For me, this is not so interesting. But I did like this next section. Those jams were absolutely delicious, and I enjoyed that. Now, the yogurt, okay, not too worried about. Okay, this I didn't try. It wasn't particularly interesting for me. But this is my plate. This is what I had for breakfast on my first day. Just look at it. Isn't that delicious? Now, let's zoom into the porridge. Oh my God, this was absolutely fantastic. Right, now let's look at my bread. Now, this is the bread before. It looks beautiful. Look at it. Oh my God. This is the food plate with everything that I chose. A little bit of tomatoes at the back there as well. Nice mix. My juice there, which was a little bit watery, but it wasn't too bad. And what did I do with everything? I made it into sandwiches. Just look at that. Isn't it delicious? And it tasted great. But it wasn't always sandwiches. Sometimes I went this way. So, nice little piece of fish on top of the bread there with some butter. Or maybe I should use the jams. Now, I chose the 2 jams here. And then I decided to spread them on the bread as well. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Couldn't you just take it from the screen now and then eat it? Now, a single strawberry. But how does it spread and look, I wonder? So let's mash it up and see what it's like. Now, not so beautiful looking, but it doesn't matter. But here comes the best one. So, sea buckthorn. Oh my God, with a croissant. And it was just oozing out. Now, that's enough about the photos. Let's watch the food video so you can see everything that was there for breakfast. Enjoy!
Good morning, it's day 2 of my trip in Helsinki and it's time for breakfast in the hotel. Let's have a look what they've got on offer today. Okay, lots of fruits, lots of salad, and some interesting items here that I don't know. So this one here is bread cheese. Cool. This one here is a forest mushroom salad, and that looks so delicious. Smoked vendace, sorry. You've got lots of different fish, so smoked trout, Nordic gravlax, and pork kassler. Your cheese board. Over here you've got your boiled eggs and scrambled eggs. And the best one, which is the overnight baked organic barley porridge with full milk, and it's absolutely wonderful. Look at that. Doesn't it look perfect? And I've got a whole bowl of this for myself. It's wonderful. Okay, let's move over to the rest of the area. Now, as you can see, this is the dining area. I'm going to be sitting over there in the corner, but let's see what else we've got. Well, you've got your standard drinks. Now, I'm actually drinking the one on the far right-hand side at the moment, and it's not too bad, a little bit watery. But as we move around to the bread area, and it's absolutely wonderful. Look at these. Oh my God, doesn't that look good? I'm in heaven. So we've got chocolate brownies with nuts, you've got croissants and some scones with cranberries. Perfect. And sea buckthorn marmalade. Now, sea buckthorn, I had some of that last night for dessert and it's really delicious. So I'm going to be having some of that as well in a minute. You've got homemade boysenberry jam. But if we go over here to the left, you'll see something even much better. You've got homemade strawberry and raspberry jam here. And just look at that, doesn't it look fantastic? And I'm going to be using this on my sandwiches in a minute. Your standard breakfast cereals, again very, very healthy and very, very delicious. But this is the best section. This is not decoration, it's all freshly made, it's still warm. You just choose the loaf that you like, cut it up, slice as much off as you like, and then just eat it. And I've taken this one just here, and this one just here. Now this is some other kind of bread here, it's very flat. It looks good, but I haven't had it yet. You've got your churned butter, and some cakes. Now what's inside these I don't know, but it looks kind of interesting. Okay, well that's your standard breakfast area and buffet, and I'm really enjoying myself here so far. Now let's see what I've chosen for breakfast. Now this is my breakfast plate, so let's just slide on up the table so you can see what I've got. And doesn't that look fantastic? I'm so going to enjoy this. In fact, see you all later. I'm going to start eating it now. Bye bye.
Well, breakfast is done and it's off to visit the company itself. Now, is that something I see at the top of the building? Yes, it's the Supercell sign, so we are in front of Supercell. But what floor is it going to be on, I wonder? Let's have a look. It's on the 6th floor, so if you ever go to the building, that's what you need to do. So we need to take the lift, but the lift is under maintenance. So, oh my God, how are we supposed to get up there? Well, we can take the other lift. Now, when you do get up there into our area, you'll notice this sign, and it's the one I've been using in all of these videos. Now, this is me standing in front of that sign, and it's absolutely massive, and it really looks good. Now, excuse the fact that I'm very dark. The light does absorb everything, but if we look at it from the distance, this is what it looks like. So this whole area is where the staff gather to have their food and drinks. Now, I'm standing in front of the presentation stage where we can do our presentations with the big Supercell S, but a lot's happened since I arrived here earlier today, and you're about to watch a video as I talk about what I've seen and experienced so far. So enjoy the video and see you once it's finished.
Hello, excuse the fact that I'm very dark here, but I just wanted to get myself with the Supercell background. I'm having a wonderful time here at the company. I'm really enjoying everything that's going on here, and it's such a cool place. I've met Nick, I've met a lot of the design team, I've met some of the people in charge, and I've looked around the company. I've even signed my name on the wall, just so I know that I've been here and other people who come here in the future can see as well. Now, one thing I did see that was absolutely awesome was the world map. Did you know that every time someone logs into the game Heyday, a green light comes up to show your location? So wherever you are in the world, soon as you log in, a green light comes up on the world board, and we know you've logged into Heyday. Sweet.
In case you haven't seen my other video, this is Supercell's world map, and I love it when it's flashing. Now, in a minute, we're about to leave, and we're off to another location to attend Games First 2015. We're going to watch a presentation about the gaming industry, we're going to listen to some YouTube speakers, and be introduced to some game video makers. It's going to be cool. Now, here I am in front of the 2015 logo for Games First. This is my pass, and they lost the original, so they had to make one for me. So I'm really upset about that. On the back of this was this game, and you were supposed to interact with other people. Now, I'm very shy, so I didn't. But I did get this beautiful bag. And with this bag, I got some really nice slippers. And I love these Finnish slippers. They were so comfortable. And they fit me perfectly. And I get to keep them and take them home. Now, they're Aito, Reno, and Aino slippers. So, well done, guys. You made some great pairs of slippers. Now, one thing I did like at this event was all of this free candy, and you could choose as much as you like, and I did look at that lot, and I took it home. Now, halfway through, we had a break, and during the break, we had some cupcakes. Now, there were some interesting flavors, and the one on the left is a meat-based cupcake. Very strange. Now, all this food, etc., is in this big open communal area where the logo is located. Around the room, there are hammocks, couches, bean bags, and many other kinds of chairs that you can sit on. Just off to the side, there's a games area where you get to play all of these arcade-style machine games, and the shooting game was one of the most popular ones from what I could see. Now, to the rear of this sign we're about to have a look is the conference area, where we got to sit down in a big, like, semicircle auditorium. You get to look at the screens around the room and listen to people giving presentations. The first presentation was the most enjoyable for me, and that was about the gaming industry in Finland itself. And I never did realize how much Nokia was actually had a big impact on that gaming industry, and it was actually interesting. The next part of the event for us was when Chief Pat and Galadon actually got up and spoke about YouTubers and how basically we help support that same gaming industry. And these guys are absolutely awesome. They know what they're talking about. After that was done, we were able to watch some presentations from different companies about the kind of games they're going to introduce to the market. And here are 2 examples. Enjoy. Now, as we're sitting here watching these presentations, the kind of imagery that we were seeing was absolutely wonderful. Okay, well, not in all cases. Some of the games that were shown were a little bit like dubious, and I don't think I would enjoy playing them personally, but it's all down to the individual. Now, if you ever wanted to become a YouTuber, do try to find games that have just been released that no one else has played. Do the kind of things that I'm doing. Talk about it, make videos as you play. Being a YouTuber is actually quite cool, and you never know, maybe the company that makes these kind of games loves your work and invites you to visit. You too could be attending events like this or meeting the teams behind the games. Now, usually they start off small, but once they become popular and famous, then the games can go on to a bigger market, and I really did enjoy watching the presentations, although some could have done with a little bit more work. Now, after this first round of presentations had finished, it was time for dinner break, and we headed off to another hotel location to have reindeer mashed potato and this really delicious berry sauce with it. It was quite nice, and if I do say so, I enjoyed this, and I must admit I developed a taste for reindeer. So, Rudolph, watch out. We also had the opportunity to drink some more beer, and then back to our hotels to dump off our bags, then later back to Games First again for the evening party. Now, as you walked in, the bar was open and the alcohol was being served, and we had these really strange cocktails. Now, I didn't partake of those. I stuck to this kind of beer. Personally, I prefer drinking beer, and I enjoyed it much more. Now, overall, I really enjoyed Games First. However, for myself, maybe the evening entertainment is not something that I'm always comfortable with, because I'm not the kind of person who can relax and interact so easily with others. However, it was still an exciting evening. I had people come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm one of your fans," so I did kind of feel like a superstar. Now, if I get the opportunity to go again, I will absolutely jump at it. And on behalf of my fellow YouTubers and all the participants, a big thank you to Supercell and all of the organizing people for this event. You guys rock, and it was really, really good. Okay, that's it. See you all next time. Bye bye.